Last time we said an engine is just an air pump that makes power by burning fuel. Now let's see how it actually does it, and why not all engines do it the same way. No experience needed. Start here. Every four-stroke engine repeats the same four steps over and over thousands of times a minute. 1. Intake. The piston drops and the cylinder fills. 2. Compression. The piston rises and squeezes what's inside into a tiny high-pressure space. 3. Power. Something lights that mixture. It explodes, and the force slams the piston back down. That's the stroke that actually drives your car. 4. Exhaust. The piston rises again and pushes the burnt gases out, ready to start over. Suck, squeeze, bang, blow. Every engine you'll ever tune runs on those 4. But here's where they split, and it matters more than anything else for tuning. Watch the intake. A petrol engine pulls in air and fuel together, already mixed. A diesel pulls in air only. And watch what lights the bang. A petrol engine uses a spark plug, a tiny controlled lightning bolt at exactly the right moment. A diesel has no spark at all. It squeezes the air so hard it gets blistering hot, then sprays fuel straight into it, and the heat alone ignites it. That's the whole difference. Petrol, mix, then spark. Diesel, squeeze, then inject. Remember it, because petrol tuning lives in the spark and the air, and diesel tuning lives in the fuel and the injection. 2 different games. Now, one rule sits underneath all of this. More air means more power. If you can get more air into the cylinder, you can burn more fuel, and a bigger bang pushes the piston harder. So the real question every performance engine answers is, how do we get more air in? There are 3 ways. The first is the simplest, naturally aspirated. No turbo, no supercharger, nothing forcing the air. The piston drops, creates a vacuum, and the engine breathes in on its own, at normal atmospheric pressure. It's honest and predictable. Press the pedal, the power comes in smooth and linear. The limit is simple too. It can only ever suck in as much air as the atmosphere pushes in. The other 2 force the air in. That's why they're called forced induction. A turbocharger uses the engine's own exhaust, gas that would otherwise be wasted, to spin a turbine that rams air back in. Free energy, basically. The catch, it takes a moment to spin up. That pause is turbo lag. A supercharger does the same job but is driven by a belt off the engine itself. No lag, instant response, but it steals a bit of the engine's own power to run. Same goal for both. Cram in more air than the engine could ever breathe on its own. That's how engines make power and how they breathe. Next, we meet the computer that controls all of it. Stop trusting, start reading.